All right, so at this point, we should be stepping into hours 5 through 7 of working on your project. So at this point, you should be finalizing your programming and you should avoid adding new features. Okay, so I know it's very tempting to keep adding and making your program more expansive, I guess, but we want to make sure that we're working on debugging, fixing any mistakes or areas that are not working properly, and then we probably actually want to add some comments as well. So one thing that I would double check is as you're working, I would continue to fill out this written response organizer, because if you add this information here, you can basically just copy and paste it into your written responses and it'll make it much easier for you to do. So we should be looking at, make sure that you have a list. So if you aren't using a list, that's a main component. We talked about how if you don't have some of these things, it can cause a trickle down effect and for you to miss multiple points. So make sure that you include those different things. We also want to make sure that we have a function that includes a parameter, if statement, and a loop. Okay, so basically we're most likely going to be processing that list like we've seen in many of the different lessons so far. One thing that I do want to point out that was an error for a few people on the Unit 7 app that we completed was that this section here, the call 1 and call 2, that should be using the same function. So if I have certain parameters for the first call of my function, it's going to return a result, and then the second call is also going to return a result as well. So you want to show, like, if it is called with one value, what does it respond with, and if it responds with another, what does it respond with? So that's what we're going to be looking at for those. Other than that, you're just really trying to finish wrapping up your coding part, and then I'll make additional videos going over some tips for how to record your video, and then really we're going to be working on just doing your written responses, which should be hopefully the easier part of this project. So just make sure that you're continuing to work on your program, and let me know if you have any questions.